Yeah, what you're saying is your boy the Chib be based, boxing basement. Remember to like. It's free to keep the haters away. Now, listen, man. One of me funds, one of me friends, Big Mac, got me this video, right? And this is a video of the lawyer for Anthony Joshua, Gay J, basically admitting how they fooled the system, how they gamed the system, right? So that Gay J would not get the correct punishment for what he'd done. Now, obviously, anyone who follows the Chubby knows that, the entire justice system, which is a joke, that name is corrupt. It's run by the secret societies, okay? All the top popos, yeah, the judges, the magistrates, etc., and probably the lawyers too, are part of the secret society. And they basically get together to decide what happens in cases. And they will give you special treatment if you are part of the society, right? Remember, right? So we'll watch this clip in a minute. But remember, this is Gay J's lawyer, doesn't mention Robert McCracken, who's well-known part of the secret society. And he begged to have Gay J let off what he'd done. Anyway, listen, let's check out what the lawyer has to say, man. It's extremely incriminating.
I couldn't win the case. We knew we couldn't actually win the case. We were approached by his coach at Finchley Boxing Club. And they said, look, we've got this kid, he's got himself in trouble. He could be fighting in the Olympics next year, but in order to qualify for the Olympics, he has to fight in the Europeans. And the Europeans are coming up in a few weeks. And because of the trouble, they have taken his license away. And so he can't fight in the qualifying championship until this is resolved. So we got it expedited, got it all sorted out as quick as we possibly could, and we went to court for trial. And when we went to court for trial, I couldn't win the case. We knew we couldn't actually win the case in the circumstances. So we had a very sensible conversation with the prosecutor and a sensible conversation with the judge. And the conversation we basically had was, look, yeah, we understand that he's committed the offence. We understand that it is what it is. And I don't mind saying that publicly, because obviously he's been very straight about it himself. He's on record, he's in a book. Otherwise, I'd have to be much more circumspect. But the reality is he'd done what he'd done. But the punishment was going to end his career. The punishment would have ended his career. The punishment he would never have fought in the Europeans. Without fighting in the Europeans, he couldn't have fought in the Olympics, etc., etc. So on the back of all of that, I just fronted that up to the judge and said, the reality is we'll have to fight this case and then we'll lose this case. But if he was to plead guilty to possession, which obviously he's guilty of as well, if he was to plead guilty of possession, you could give him the harshest possible period of unpaid work. That would allow him to get his license back. It would allow him to fight in the Europeans. It would allow him to fight in the Olympics. It would allow him in his future to fight in America, which he could never have done if he'd had a supply on his record. It allows him to have his life. It also allows him to spend 300 hours in boxing clubs in a few months' time, once he's famous, helping kids who might otherwise be on the streets. I couldn't win the case. We knew we couldn't actually win the case.
Right. So basically, what is he saying? This guy, this fat pig, he's basically saying, right, that we game the system. We game the system. We're like, oh, look, I'm sorry. I know Gay J was supplying drugs, which is a bigger charge, and he was caught with all kinds of stuff in his car. We know Gay J is supplying drugs, but we're just going to talk, right, to the corrupt prosecutor, the corrupt system, and we're going to get him off on a very small charge of possession. I mean, imagine apparently there was like kilos of greens in his car. I don't have to be honest with you, people selling greens is no different in some ways than, off license. But that's not the point. The point is they will nick people, right? Normal people, for doing this. If you're a normal guy, right? If you're a normal guy on the street and you got caught with all that greens, you're looking at 10 year or something. 10 year for supply. But this fat guy, red-faced fat guy, and his minions, like his pals in a so-called justice community, right, argued basically they got a charge of possession, which is just nuts, man. Right? Think about that for a minute, man. The average guy on the street is going away for up to 10 years for supplying a lot. I mean, I don't know exactly, but certainly he's going away for years. But to Gay J, we don't want to ruin Gay J's career. You know, he could be in the Olympics. So so you guys got to go easy on him and let him off the charge. Listen, man, if you do the crime, you do the time. And don't get me wrong, right? I can't stand the so-called justice system, and it's corrupt. And this is just another example of it. But, you know, why is one guy allowed, right, Gay J, why is one guy allowed to get off on a small charge, right? Even though, you know, the lawyer himself is so obviously guilty. He's so obviously guilty. Why is Gay J allowed to get off the charge just because he might go to the Olympics? And this is where the corruption comes in, right? Firstly, you got Rob McCracken, a well-known secret society guy, saying to the judge, almost certainly another secret society guy, look, man, this guy can do well. We don't want to ruin his career. So let's not punish him properly. Let's give him a lesser charge. And then he can carry on and make millions of pounds. For other guys that are part of the secret society like Eddie Hearn. Oh, you know. And this is how corrupt. I mean, it's nuts how people can't see how corrupt the so-called justice system is. It's a joke. It's embarrassing. If Gay J was just a street guy, you know, he would have done proper time. And like, I don't back that necessarily, but that's not the point. He was given, right, a touch. Right? And they let Gay J, and he did, you know, remember when he said it after Usich, I bust my case. Oh, yeah, they tried to charge me and they bust my case. No, you didn't bust your case, man. You're a corrupt lawyer, you're corrupt judge, that prosecutor, they're the ones that let you off, man. Don't try and act like a big tough man. You did like 7 days on remand, whereas normal people would be in remand until the trial, and then get years in the nick. It's disgusting, and this shows how corrupt it is. Basically, if you can produce money, right, or if you're well known or you have links, they will ensure that you get a soft treatment. A soft treatment. And, you know, you can carry on. As long as you're making money for the elite, they don't mind, man. They don't mind, blood. This is extremely incriminating, this video. So I urge you to consider it. Consider how Gay J, you know, was allowed to swerve a sentence. He didn't get no time, blood. And even the stupid lawyers going, oh, he can do, oh, it's great because you can do 300 hours of community service and teach guys how to box. Really? So an average guy in the street doing the same crime would be down for years and he wouldn't be able to do no community service. Why are they treating Gay J different from the average man? Well, there are no rhetorical questions on the Triple B. No rhetorical questions. It's because he's part of the society. He's part of the system. The system is sick. The system is corrupt. Right? And if you're a normal person, you'll get treated very different from those that the elite take care of. Yeah, I'm disgusted, blood. So, you know, Of course, nothing will happen. No one will care about this because apparently, according to the press, Gay J, yeah, is a perfect man, right? Seriously, they did articles about this. I think they're in Memory Hold. They had articles about it, said in many papers about how Gay J was the ideal man that every mother would want her would want her daughter to bring home. Can you imagine? Yeah. Oh, all these middle class women in Hampshire going, oh, I wish you'd bring back a 6'5", right, bodybuilder on drugs, a drug dealer. You know, I wish my daughter would bring some guy like that. Can you imagine, man? This is such a joke. The world's a joke. Open your eyes, blood.